happily adventures after. That was horrible singing. I'm London, and I am so happy to welcome you back here for another Hey Disney series. And this week it is Hey Disney, Give Me a Review on Traditions, which is not in the Walt Disney World bubble. However, it is an excellent restaurant that we like to go to when we stay off property when we go to Disney World. So I thought, I told you we're stepping outside of the Walt Disney World bubble from time to time. So I thought, hey, this would be a great edition of Hey Disney, Give Me a Review as we step outside the Walt Disney World bubble and explore so much more that the Disney area has to offer, especially if you enjoy staying off property. Now, before we get started into this Hey Disney, Give Me a Review, I want to give anybody who is new here, or if you just need a refresher, a little insight into the Hey Disney series, Hey Disney, Give Me a Review. Hey Disney, Give Me a Review is your virtual concierge to all things Disney, brought to you by Happily Adventures After. Just like the Hey Disney feature on the Amazon Alexa within the Walt Disney World resort rooms, we're here to bring the magic straight to you. Whether you're planning a trip to Walt Disney World, maybe Disneyland, or Disney Cruise, or you just want to explore some of the Disney World or Disneyland or Disney Cruise, whatever it is, best dining, park experience, transportation, and so much more, we've got you covered with the real, honest reviews you need to hear before you step foot there. We are stepping foot outside of the Walt Disney World bubble because, as you know, I've talked about it so many times before. When we go to Walt Disney World, we actually like to stay off Walt Disney World property. Only because we enjoy, for one, stepping away from the parks, but also we enjoy more space. When we travel to Walt Disney World, we look for a place that's usually an all-encompassing resort, as well as somewhere that has more space to offer. So we're talking Walt Disney World Deluxe Villa type DVC resort, or we don't normally stay in a house. We have before, but we have like in a rental house, but we normally stay in something that would be considered a condominium. So that way we have the space. It's not too big. It's not too overbearing. Some of the vacation homes are excellent. However, there are a lot that are quite a bit of space. Now, they are really nice when you do stay off property with a bunch of people, but we just go with my immediate family usually. We don't go with 10 plus people. So we're looking for something that's around a 3-bedroom to give all of us our own space, our own places to sleep, bathrooms. Yes, sometimes people have to share, but it's not a big deal at all. And that you can't find in Walt Disney World for a price range that is, want to say, reasonable. Because sometimes I know you can do DVC rental points and such, but sometimes it's silly expensive. However, we think a great alternative is Reunion Resort, and it's actually Reunion Resort and Golf Club, I believe, in Kissimmee, Florida. So it's not far from Walt Disney World at all. They actually started offering free transportation to Walt Disney World via shuttles and so much more. So it is an excellent option. Now, I do have podcasts and blog posts that correspond with Reunion Resort. If you would like to know more, please go check that out, because today we're just going to touch on what I think is a hidden gem and an amazing meal at a restaurant called Traditions within Reunion Resort. So that is where we're going to get started today, and I'm very excited to bring this review to you. And I hope even if you're staying in the Walt Disney World bubble, not only do you like this review and kind of like more of these styles, but I also hope that maybe you'll check it out, because you can actually, even though Reunion Resort, as this is a side note, is a gated community, you can actually book this reservation and go visit the resort. Go see around when you do have a dining reservation there, kind of like Walt Disney World. So I do hope you check it out. It is excellent. During our most recent trip to Walt Disney World, we had the pleasure of dining at Traditions in Reunion Resort and Golf Club. This is a fantastic restaurant located within the Nicklaus Clubhouse at Reunion Resort and Golf Club in Kissimmee, Florida. So as I said, Reunion is a golf club. So they have 3 golf courses. I am not a golfer. It is beautiful to look at, but I'm not a golfer. So when I say the golf portions of these, please note, I don't know what I'm talking about. But the setting of this place on the Nicklaus Clubhouse and on the Nicklaus course is spectacular. It's very good. Just wanted to point that out. So this upscale tavern-style eatery offers a diverse menu from American classics, blending hearty comfort food with refined resort-style ambiance. With an open-air kitchen and a relaxed yet very sophisticated atmosphere, it is a prime location within Reunion Golf Club community, and it's an excellent spot for both visitors and residents. Yes, you can buy either a condo, a townhouse, or a house here at Reunion. If you want to, they have that available. So it's perfect for visitors and residents alike to this resort. Traditions, as I said, is located, I'm going to tell you, on a golf course, and it is on the 18th green. I think that means it is on the hole. No, it's not on the hole, but it's on the 18th kind of hole of the course. And I think the green is close to the hole. I'm not sure. So if that is something you like and that's what you're looking forward to, know where it is located. This restaurant opened up in 2018, and I actually remember when it opened, I really wanted to check it out for breakfast, but it has taken me this long and I still have not gotten to breakfast. I have gotten to lunch and dinner though. And it has an incredible menu that is either for a casual meal, a celebratory dinner, or even a weekend brunch. Traditions is the place where it delivers elevated dining experience, all while appealing to a wide variety of different tastes or palates. This restaurant, I think, is awesome. So I want to give you the menu for just kind of an idea of the menu. For all of the variety you can achieve in eating. And I did just say achieve in eating because when I go on vacation, I like to eat. I don't do this at home. It's just really tasty when we go on vacation. So I like to try a bunch of stuff I'm going to have waffles every day just because it's fun. I don't do this at home. So I always love to look at the menu, and I want to give you that before we dive into anything in the review. The restaurant Traditions offers brunch on Sundays between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here you'll find traditional breakfast fare such as waffle, pancakes, coffee, tea, omelets, etc., mixed with some incredible lunch options like sandwiches, soups, and salads. I haven't tried the brunch here at all, but I do think it's a really great menu and I would love to try it. Now, I have tried the lunch and dinner menu, and they do, as I said, offer a variety of American classics. Now, some examples do include a classic cheeseburger, a brunch burger that has brisket and short rib blended with Gouda, onion, fried egg, so you see where that kind of blend is. They also have a blackened mahi sandwich, they have chicken Alfredo, they have fish and chips, and they have so much more. The menu here is great. It's not overbearing, it's really well done, and I would recommend this place. You're kind of giving away my review here, but I would recommend this place over and over again. Traditions operates on Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. It's a very popular restaurant within Reunion Resort, so I do suggest that you check out getting the reservation via OpenTable. Now, just like in Walt Disney World, you can book restaurants on OpenTable. So if you're looking, for instance, how on My Disney Experience you can't get a reservation for the Boathouse or Summer House on the Lake in Disney Springs, then you jump over to OpenTable and they have some. Traditions is also, among other reservations from Reunion Resort, Traditions is also OpenTable friendly, I guess I would say, or available. So please check this out. I have seen people walk up to Traditions asking to be seated, and it's a very small atmosphere. Therefore, it's really, really nice, but the seating is very small, so they don't have as many spots open. Please, book it on OpenTable. I watch people get, not frustrated, but go, oh man, okay, going back and forth because they didn't have any place to sit for another 30 to 40 minutes based on their party size. One was a larger party even, and they had to wait 2 hours because they had to push tables together kind of thing. So if that's the case, please make a reservation via OpenTable because that way you guarantee your spot. Traditions is excellent because it combines a relaxed atmosphere, attentive service, and a diverse menu that sticks to more American traditional fare. So it really is a must visit during any time you are in Reunion Resort. Whether you're staying and want a hearty breakfast or brunch, you want to enjoy a leisurely lunch or an excellent dinner, Traditions offers a memorable culinary experience. So I personally think it's a great idea for you to check it out. And just one more point to this. You can actually easily take a shuttle if you are staying anywhere on Reunion Resort property to Traditions. So all you would do, for instance, you would call the main desk, ask for a shuttle, and they will come and pick you up. Then you can arrange for the shuttle to take you back to wherever you are staying on Reunion Resort property. I do believe this is exclusive to guests who are booking through Reunion Resort, because you can get Reunion on things like VRBO, Airbnb, etc., etc. So make sure you are booking through Reunion Resort, because you'll get all of the perks that are associated with it from your resort fee. Now, you can also walk there. If you are staying within the Bears Den area, also if you're staying, I like to call it over the bridge, because I can't think of what this place is called ever. I know I could look it up. I'm recording on my computer, but walk with me here. If you are in Villas South, so that area, when I say we're going over the bridge, we're going towards the water park. There's a bridge that actually gaps the two areas over I-4 that Reunion Resort owns. So if you're driving down I-4, Reunion Resort in that area owns both sides of the property. And so there's a bridge that goes right over I-4. So when you take the bridge over, that's what I call it, over the bridge. You're taking the bridge that connects, you're on Traditions Boulevard, you're passing the water park and what would be Villas North. It would be a decent walk from Villas North also, or the new Spectrum buildings that are townhouses on there. So you're going over the bridge on Traditions Boulevard, and you're going to end up in the Masters Landing. I remember what it's called. Masters Landing, Legends Courtyard, like I said, Bears Den, anywhere around the Jack Nicklaus course and beyond. So that's what I call it, over the bridge. It's a very nice walk from there. I have walked that just in general many times. I also do enjoy running in through those areas. So like I said, it's not far at all if you're staying there. It's not super far if you're staying at the main, I call it the main building. So that would be on Gathering Drive. It's not far. If you're getting into the areas that are closer to the Palmer course, so that would be over Center Court Ridge. That's not the Palmer course, but I'm just using that as an example. I don't think that's the Palmer course. It could be. Please forgive me on that. Yes, it is. I'm looking at a map right now. It definitely is the Palmer course. So if you're looking in that area, if you're at 7 Court Ridge, 7 Eagles, I just said 7 Court Ridge and 7 Eagles. No, sorry, it's Center Court Ridge, 7 Eagles. If you're over in and around Liberty Bluff, which is Excitement Drive, you're over in the Homestead area or Heritage Crossing, I highly suggest you take a shuttle, because that will be a much farther walk. I'm saying much farther walk to Traditions, or drive your own vehicle, whatever suits your fancy, but I'm just letting you know the transportation options. I want to get into our dining experience because it was really wonderful. Now, remember how I said to go to OpenTable and get reservations? We actually did not get reservations for this. It was a weird time. Now, we were there in January, right after the Christmas break. So in between the Christmas break, we were right after Run Disney. It does book up for Run Disney. So people who don't stay on Walt Disney World property, we came in on the Run Disney weekend. And it had quite a few runners from Run Disney, because you could see them walking around with their medals. So I'm just letting you know that this place isn't just like, oh, okay, it's off there. No, it's very popular with anybody who's going to Walt Disney World. So we were in that time right after. We did not book on OpenTable. So again, I am making that very clear. We had actually, setting the stage, my copious backstories, but we had actually just come from a day at the pool and then had gone over to Target right off of Highway 192. I'm just letting you know that is a great Target to go to when you're staying within this area. It's also very close to Animal Kingdom Lodge. See, I am full of stories here. The reason we had went to Target was just to pick up some more like supplies and groceries for the remainder of our stay. We were pretty actually early on in our stay when we did this. We were going to pick up something to make at Target for dinner. So we thought, okay, this is a great idea to do. Well, then we remembered we wanted to try Traditions. So we thought, hey, let's go see what they have in store. Let's see if we can get a reservation when we get there, so on and so forth. We have arrived right before the dinner rush, so we actually probably arrived around 4:45, 5. The dinner rush started at 5:30. Reason being is we were standing at the podium discussing with the hostess where we wanted to sit, how many people, so on and so forth, and we were immediately seated. Without a doubt, in maybe 15 minutes, we started to hear people being turned away for a 30-minute wait, 15-minute wait, couple hour wait due to the party sizes. At 6 p.m., the restaurant filled up very quickly, and after that, we could see there was a very significant wait for walk-ins. So again, going back to making a reservation on OpenTable, it is highly recommended if you want to dine during peak hours. If you're showing up at 4, I don't know how busy it would be, but from my experience, in the non-busy hours or time during the year, it wasn't super busy for that time. However, about 5:36 is really when it did pick up. And when we left, as well as just we were out later in the night just to enjoy ourselves, it was super busy, the parking lot was. So that gives you any ideas. And I could kind of understand why. If you're staying at the resort and you wanted dinner, if you made a reservation, there you go. Even if you were a resident in the area and just wanted to go for dinner, it's a great place to go. As well as, if you had just finished golfing, it would be very, very busy. So, all right, that's my PSA to please check out OpenTable and make a reservation if you want to guarantee your spot there. I want to touch on the ambiance of Traditions because it was fantastic. It's a very laid back but elevated style. It has very warm lighting and it's a very welcoming atmosphere. The decor is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It is so spectacular. The staff are very attentive and they wanted to ensure that we had everything we needed and allowed us to enjoy our meal at a leisurely, relaxing pace and made us feel like we were, I don't want to say at home, but you're in a clubhouse. So you can enjoy, you can sit back and relax. You can see the golf course, which for us, now again, it was early January. So the sun sets very early at that time. We could see the sun setting and it was beautiful. I think that because they have the doors that open up completely glass, to see all of the golf course, it is beautiful. I would highly recommend going at that time, whatever that is when you were there, because it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. Okay, now that we have our experience, I want to get into what we ordered and the pricing. For our meal, we ordered the following. We got a classic cheeseburger and fries, which is $16 USD and equates to about $22.91 Canadian. Now, according to the website, we did not know this and we didn't order this at the time. You can get an additional patty on their burgers for an additional $3, I guess, per patty. Just noting that if you like a double cheeseburger, you can do that, but it will cost you $3 USD plus tax. Then we ordered 2 chicken fettuccine Alfredos. These looked spectacular. These were each $26 US, and that equates to $37.23 Canadian at the time we purchased that. Why am I giving the Canadian exchange? Well, because I am Canadian, so I always want to put it into perspective for anybody who's looking for those prices as they're budgeting or something. For instance, this fettuccine Alfredo, on a side note, is very different than what you normally have in just a classic fettuccine Alfredo. It had, for us, we had snow peas, we had sun-dried tomatoes in it. Like I said, we had chicken, and it was kind of like a Cajun chicken. It was, I don't know if they meant to do that or if that's what they had. It was just really, really well done. We also got 2 Caesar salads at $14 each USD, and that converts to about $20.05 Canadian. So I'm going to total both of our meals in Canadian and USD. Why I say both, the Canadian price and the US price. Noting this is not including tip or gratuity, okay? So, in total, with a 7% sales tax for that area, it was $102.72 USD. Converted to Canadian at the time of purchase, it was $147.09 Canadian. I do want to point out to you that if you are a member of Reunion Resort, so they do have memberships. There are different levels of membership. There are different things. You can get a golf membership. You can get a membership. I think this is only if you live there. You can get one to use the water park, use all the pools, etc., etc. And it does get you a discount on dining. So I don't know if the golf one, it should. Okay, please don't take that for for certain. Some of their memberships give you discounts, and the discounts can be used on merchandise, like what Disney World Annual Pass. It can be used on merchandise as well as dining. So those prices are not inclusive of that. If you are a member, please check out your membership that shows what your dining discount would be. All right, now that I covered that, I want to note that I think the price of this was actually worth it. You haven't heard me say that a lot, especially for meals within the area at Walt Disney World and it being pricier. And you could say, London, why on earth are you saying that about an $102 meal, US, plus or minus a bit, when you're going to get the same meal in Walt Disney World? I actually think this was better than most Walt Disney World sit-down style foods and restaurants, as well as now Walt Disney World is known for their huge portions. These portions were absolutely insanely huge. The Caesar salad, I think I had over 2 days, so I had it for dinner, lunch, and dinner. It was that big. We took some home. The fettuccine Alfredo, again, we got 2, so 1 per person, but we could have shared and that would still be plenty enough. Plus, the cheeseburger, also really well done. Plus, the quality of food that we got, not saying Walt Disney World is bad, mixed with the restaurant, this is looking at when we had it, it was probably, it's not pushing a 2 credit meal if you're using the Disney dining plan. Like, it's not a fine dining restaurant by any means. However, I think the price of this was a little bit more worth it compared to Walt Disney World sit-down meal. So now that you know a little bit more about what we ordered, the restaurant itself, and knowing that the portions are very generous, the flavors are on point, the price that we had paid for this meal, especially in comparison to Disney, I want to give you the pros and the cons of dining at Traditions in a Reunion Resort from our experience. So, first up, a pro is that they have delicious food and a various menu that is expansive but very classic. So the menu offers a great selections of American classics. For instance, they have a tomato basil soup. I love that. They have turkey clubs. I love that. They have a burger. I love it. But those options mixed with something like a mahi, or they also have a variety of different things. So it gives you kind of a balance and a varied menu there. But the food is very well done. They also have steaks, as a side note, if you're looking for that. It's very well done. Number 2, it's a very relaxed atmosphere. Though the setting is very upscale, it's very casual, making for a great place for a laid-back meal, but still wanting to be upscale. You still look really pretty and all dressed up, but it's more relaxed and it makes it feel like a wonderful special night out. Number 3 is great service. The servers are very attentive. They're very friendly and they're very quick to provide refills, check on you, make sure your meal is what it should be, and if not, they will go back and get you whatever you need. Number 4, it is perfect for reunion guests. If you're staying at Reunion Resort, especially in the Villa South onward, so like we talked about, Villas North, if you're going over from the water park, Spectrum, anywhere along those lines, you're in great walking distance. If you're in Bears Den, you're literally right there. For instance, now if you're in any other part of the resort, like we touched on earlier, it's just a shuttle away. So whether you want a shuttle, drive, or it's walkable for you, it's a great place for an evening stroll, and it's very conveniently located. Plus, it is great if you're staying at the resort. Check out one of the restaurants basically every night you're there. It's wonderful. And our last pro of this place is that it has great portion sizes. The meals are very satisfying and they feel like a great value while staying at the resort. Now, we're going to get into the cons. Everything has cons, right? And this is specifically for people who are going to Walt Disney World. This isn't if you're taking a golf trip, okay? So, why I say that is my first one is that it's not Disney themed. So if you're not looking for a Disney themed restaurant, this would be a pro. But if you are staying at Walt Disney World kind of area and you're looking for something that's Disney themed, this is not going to be Walt Disney World themed, even in the slightest. Yes, many people stay at Reunion Resort when they're going to Walt Disney World, but if you're looking for it to be Disney themed, it's not. Which is not necessarily a bad thing if you want to escape that, or if you just want a lovely dinner staying there, or you're staying there for another reason. So, just as a side note. Another con is that there are notoriously long wait times during peak hours. The restaurant, because of its size, fills up very quickly around dinner time or peak lunch hours. So, walk-ins, it might be a little bit more difficult. So make sure you get that reservation on OpenTable. Which leads me to my next con. Reservations are recommended because a spot is not guaranteed. While we did get lucky with a walk-in, we went during a non-peak hour. So please make sure you book your reservations, especially for peak times, on OpenTable, because that will make sure you get your spot. Without a long wait, of course. Number 3, yes, the food is excellent, but the prices are high. Well, they are more expensive than many casual restaurants. It is typical for resort dining, especially in these areas, to be more expensive. So noting that the prices may be higher than what you're used to at home, or if you're looking for just a very fast or casual meal, even if you're going to, I'm trying to think of a US chain right now, Olive Garden, for instance. This is not an Olive Garden, I'm not comparing. But the prices are, for instance, not going to be a little bit lower. It's going to be probably a little bit more expensive. So noting that. Also, my last con is for anybody who's a night owl. This place closes early. It closes by 9 p.m. So if you're looking for a late night meal, you need to plan accordingly because Traditions is not going to offer that. So now that we have the pros and the cons, now that you know a little bit more about the restaurant, what we ordered, the price we paid, I want to give you that final rating. Bum-pa-da-bum, drum roll please. Our experience at Traditions was absolutely wonderful, and we want to give it a 5 out of 5 for this Hey Disney, Give Me a Review by Happily Adventures After. The food was excellent, the atmosphere was perfect for a relaxing evening, and the service was top notch. It is a must visit for anyone staying at Reunion Resort, or if you just want to check out Reunion Resort, and this is a great way to do so. So if you're looking and appreciate a quality dining experience and want a more peaceful setting, stepping outside of the Disney bubble, and you don't want to go to Disney Springs or an on-property Walt Disney World restaurant, this is the place for you. I've mentioned it before. If you're staying at Villa South and Onward in Reunion, or if you're literally in Bears Den, which is right beside this, the ability to walk to Traditions is even more appealing, making it a beautiful scenic walk for both day and evening. Whether you're going for weekend brunch, if you're going for lunch, or and dinner, it's excellent. If you're not staying in those areas, I highly suggest you take the shuttle and do so with the Reunion front desk. They'll arrange that for you. Why giving it a 5 out of 5? You pretty much can guess. Would I return? Absolutely. If you're staying in the area or just looking for a hidden gem for a relaxing dinner away from theme park crowds, or within your resort, Traditions at Reunion Resort and Golf Club is a highly recommended place, not just by myself here at Happily Adventures After, but in general. Traditions at Reunion Resort and Golf Club offers excellent dining experience with its welcoming atmosphere, attentive service, and diverse menu options. Whether you're staying on property at Reunion Resort, maybe you came here for golf, or just visiting via a dining reservation that you got on OpenTable, this restaurant is a must-try for those who are looking for a relaxed yet upscale meal. Plus, if you're a resort guest and you want to walk over, use the shuttle, and got a reservation, the process is seamless and easy, making it a convenient and enjoyable spot to unwind after a great day of activity for the entire family. I highly recommend that you check this out and give it a 5 out of 5 for this Hey Disney, Give Me a Review. All right, everyone, that is it. That comes to a conclusion for this Hey Disney, Give Me a Review on Traditions in Reunion Resort. Now, as I said, we stepped off the Disney property, the Disney bubble, and we branched into something new. And I hope this review and recommendation can give you something to look into when you are staying at Walt Disney World, whether you are staying on property or off property. Let me know. Have you tried Traditions or any of the other restaurants at Reunion Resort? What was your experience like? What did you get? Now, if you haven't, and you're staying at Walt Disney World or Reunion Resort or somewhere around, would you be willing to try it? Please let us know in the comments below. Also, stay tuned for various other series such as Hey Disney, Give Me a Review, or Hey Disney Top 10 here at Happily Adventures After. Don't forget to check out our website, happily-adventuresafter.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at happily-adventuresafter. We cannot wait to share more Disney excitement, joy, reviews, top 10s. We also have a couple other ideas in our head. So many other great options here at Happily Adventures After. And I just want to share them with you. So don't forget to subscribe. Be in the know. Keep coming back for more. We really do love having you. Thank you so much for joining us again for this Hey Disney Give Me a Review. I'm London, and I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful day. And I will see you real soon. Bye, everyone.